Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 XBLA review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Geometry Wars Retro Evolved 2, which if you've never played it before, it's an arena shooter. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I absolutely hate and despise Activision now for disbanding Bizarre Creations, because that most likely means there's never going to be another one of these, which is especially a shame because the iPod one is the port of this only with a exclusive mode to it, Titans, and I think playing it on the iPods and Nightmare, 'cause you can't see enemies, so it would have been nice to at least get Titans as a downloadable mode for this. So anyway, you've got single player, multiplayer, and there is so much more to do on this one than on the last game. There's 6 different modes. You've got Deadline, which you've got a timer and you've got to get as high a score as possible. You've got King, where you can only shoot in zones. You've got Evolved, which is the original, so 3 lives, 3 bombs, and you can get more from points. Sequence is a bunch of levels together where you get 30 seconds to beat them. I think there's 20 overall. Waves is a wave of enemy comes at you again and again and again in different ways and bigger and better. Pacifism, well, if you don't know anything about Geometry Wars, you won't get that, but that's basically there because there was an achievement on the first game where you had to run around without shooting, so they've now actually made it a mode. But it still is incredibly exciting because there is ways to kill your enemies, and I will show pretty much all of them off. There's no point showing Evolved off because Evolved and Deadline are pretty much the same, only this has a timer instead of lives. So the whole point is you shoot the enemies, avoid dying and that. The geoms from galaxies are now there, so they'll increase your multiplier. You can, as I say, use your bombs to destroy everything, but it's, well, the bombs will give you a bit of points, but unless you've got a big multiplier, then multiplier, then your bombs are pretty much wasted to use them as early as I've obviously just used them there. So, Pacifism. These gates, you can fly through them and explode and it'll kill the enemies. You can't hit the corners, it's something quite annoying about them. You hit the corner, they're like yellow bits, you'll die. So you've got to basically get the enemies behind you, go through the gate, they all explode and it kills things. It's also got one of the hardest achievements ever, because you've got to go around the entire wall once. That's an achievement, and it's pretty easy. The second one, however, must have taken me over 300 attempts. It's something that I am quite proud of to get that achievement, and it's the one thing I will say about it. The achievements on this game really do set the boys apart from the men, and I am not proud to say that I'm still a boy. I cannot get 2 of them for my life. They are just so hard, and it's basically the sequence ones, beating the levels and making it all the way through, and then beating them in a certain order to create a smiley face. But most of the achievements are things like fly through 30 of these gates without firing, so it's just mad. Fly through 5 of the gates on Pacifism in 5 seconds, so 1 a second, and just everything about the second game, you can tell a lot of care has been put into it to make one hell of a outstanding product, which is why I'm gutted that there's most likely never going to be another one of these, unless someone picks up the name and hires the Bizarre guys, or just someone like picks up Bizarre really. Matt's pad is up there, like, and showing off 3 is probably better than 2.
Grab it.
It's a shame I can't shoot my 4 at a minute. Right, push it and do it then. So that's pretty much all the modes. I ran out of things to say with waves and sequence, so I thought I'd just shut up for a bit of music, which, as per usual, is just absolutely fantastic. The game looks and sounds amazing. Considering it's so simple, it's just so perfect. It's one of the best games I think ever been made. So, your multiplayer mode. On Geometry Wars Galaxies, you had a very flimsy multiplayer mode where you could play Evolved 2-player. Now, you've got 4-player, you've got versus on every mode, cooperative on every mode, versus obviously the whole point is you're fighting for score, you're not killing each other, there'd be no point, you die after one hit. So the whole point is whoever can get the most score, so it's all for all, like all for themselves, fighting to get the geoms. So someone could blast a wave and then you steal like 50 geoms off them to get a bigger multiplier. But cooperative's probably the best place to go. You can do co-pilot mode, so you can have one person move, one person fire. You can have team mode, so obviously it's 2-on-2 and that, or 2-on-1, just things like that. I've only got 3 people here with us at the moment, but it is, as I say, a 4-player, and you each get a different ship. And to be fair, seeing as I still wanted to show off the multiplayer, I thought I might as well go for Evolved. The only thing is, obviously, on this mode here, as you can see, we've got no bombs. But I'm pretty sure there is one co-op mode that uses them, but either way, you don't really need them, because it just means you can watch your back. And to be fair, there's probably a way where you can all stand together firing in a direction, and the game will just punish you by spawning enemies right on top of you instead. So it's still the best tactic to move and run around, but if you can get into the frame of mind where you can move as a squad, so 2 of you are firing forward, one's firing back, and one's covering the sides and things like that, then you'll probably be unbeatable. So there we go then, that's everything there is to say about the game. If you've never played Geometry Wars, there's fewer better places to start. Galaxies is excellent with a load of different missions and that. This is better than the first one, but the first one's still good. However, if you get this one, you probably don't need the first one, because the only difference is the first one's got a few less enemies, and obviously a lot less modes really. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.